Thank you, thank you. I'm not a techie, so. It works. Okay. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Even if you're just stopping by to network and drink coffee, I appreciate that you're here. Because I chose to challenge my Rock Valley College students and not just taking a photo, but creating a photo, I photographed this image of Coronado Theater, Rockford's crown jewel. It's near and dear to my heart, and I thought it was a castle the first time I went there as a little kid, and I'm still mesmerized by it today. So I explained to my students the time of day is different depending on, or the lighting is different depending on the time of day and the time of year. Lighting your subject. I had to drive by this lovely building multiple times to figure out when the facade was all lit up. Also, what was on the marquee was important to me. And so I had a ladder standing on the street from the Coronado, right on that corner down there. And I had a lot of interesting questions from people walking by. But I shared this all with my students to impress upon them because I wanted them to think, other than just snapping a photo to create an image. When I thought I had enough images to enter Greenwich Village Art Fair, I had to shoot a booth shot. This was a bit outside my comfort zone, but I submitted what I had at the time, and I was accepted. If you've never participated in a formal show, where do you start? So that's pretty lame. I think you'd agree. And, that was actually a fake sign up above, and my booth today looks quite a bit better than that. But you got to start somewhere. After participating in 3 outdoor shows at Greenwich and being rained on 2 out of the 3, I opted for an inside gig. I loved attending art scene, and when I didn't have time to attend all the art venues, I opted for Benny's Cleaners. Does everybody know that Benny's Cleaners turns into art scene? They're like, is it a cleaners? I'm like, yeah, you'll see the clothes hanging around. But I opted for that location because it's the biggest bang for your buck. There's approximately 30 artists at one location or more. When I decided I wanted to be a part of this fun biannual offering, I stopped down and connected with the owner, Larry Sheets, who shared next steps, so don't be afraid to ask. I eventually scored this awesome spot at Benny's, and have only missed 2 art scenes since 2007, so perseverance pays off. I tried all types of photography, including awesome bulldogs named Lily, perfect birthday card image if you were going to sell stock photography. And in case you can't read her hat, it says Birthday Princess. With having a full-time gig, weddings took up too much of my time. After years of head and shoulders, corporate-type shots, senior portraits, 1-year-olds eating cake photos, etc., I found my passion in creating images from urban settings, florals, etc. I learned that the Airfest was coming back to Rockford, so I called the airport to inquire if they needed a volunteer photographer. I connected with Denise Delante, and my first ride was with the Lima Lima Squadron, who made sure I was in the correct plane to capture planes in the foreground. It was a phenomenal experience. So that is downtown Rockford. There's the Metro Center, to give you a perspective. And it was interesting on this one, I was riding with people who had won, like Pepsi, I think, was sponsoring it. So nobody was saying anything, and I said, let's fly over downtown because you'd have a perspective instead of just flying, out in the country. I later flew with the Red Barons, the Golden Knights, and a few others, and it was a wonderful experience. Offering something unique. I have taken photos of clients' buildings and turned them into my unique style of photography artwork for stationery, etc. Or I can add a logo, such as this image for the RSO. And I've already had to personalize the greeting cards, etc. And I've done this with some other businesses in town. These are just fun facts. The person who remained nameless, in case you can't read this in the back, said this was a Cialis looked like a Cialis commercial when we were sitting, when we were shooting this, and the other person that's my unpaid model is here. Where's Bo at? Oh, there's Bo. So, you know, when you're on a budget, I have the same shirt on too. When you're on a budget, you have to be and we were literally, like, he was like right here for 45 minutes. And the photographer kept going, oh, it looks perfect. And Bo and I are like, we were very close. Some of the things that we said to each other in those 45 minutes were hilarious. Best overall sales have been this year, so perseverance pays off. And I found my husband, he was a photography student, so hey, you never know. Let's see. I discussed my newest endeavor with my husband, and just over a month later, we were in Chicago on our recon mission. This is what prompted me to start this initiative. I saw this blurb in the Tribune, 25.2 million people visited last year, and I thought, I think I'm going to try and capitalize on that somehow. We visited the high-end gift stores in Chicago, the Art Institute, Chicago Architecture Foundation, the Tchotchke gift stores on Michigan Avenue, and others. After visiting 5 places and taking zillions of photos of their wares, not to mention tons of notes on how they package things, price things, etc., I felt comfortable with my next step. Fast forward to today, I have a collection of products that I actually left at home, I apologize, to share with my future wholesale clientele, and I have a zillion other ideas for new images, additional products, etc. As a solopreneur, I have to pace myself, which isn't exactly in my DNA. Because of networking and participating in shows at 317 Studio and Gallery, I met Therese Winsky. Since I was on her mailing list, I had the opportunity to submit my artwork for the New Mercy Health. You know what? My slides are out of order. Sorry. To the New Mercy Health, Women and Children's Hospital, and thankfully they chose 2 of my pieces. And I discovered how wonderful it was to work with corporate art agencies. You just send them the image and they send you a check. Because I had that experience, I inquired about the OSF St. Anthony's new wing, and I was fortunate that they too bought some of my images. So that was quite wonderful. Okay, sorry. After interviewing agencies, it's still off. I missed something. I wanted to talk about partnering with Meridian. So Lindsay, her husband Dave's here today, was on a board that I was on. Again, networking pays off. And Lindsay was familiar with my artwork from seeing it at NIU. And so we partnered, and she brought me a ton of catalogs to look at. And so I poured through them thinking, okay, I'm going to find the normal magnets and coffee cups and usual tchotchke stuff. But then she gave me a catalog that had the speakers in it. And I discovered that I could print on 8 inches vertically or horizontally, which is like nirvana for a photographer. So that was pretty darn cool. And, hold on. I know there's a piece I'm missing here. Okay, here it is. Let's see. So I have to make many decisions based on two-dimensional drawings or mock-ups such as these. So sometimes I have to go back to the drawing board to resize, submit, and adjust the colors because all the different substrates or surfaces print differently. So a lot of these speakers that you see, those are the second generation, and these are also through Meridian, the aluminum prints. So again, you just have to trial and error. Okay. Sorry about that. There we go. All right, after interviewing agencies to assist with the marketing, social media, my website, and fulfillment, I finally found this unique combination in Libertyville with mail everything. Again, This is a very unique combination, and I found only 2 other entities within a 90-mile radius of Rockford who offer it all. So my website is hooked to their fulfillment center all in one spot, so when someone orders, they're aware of it and they just ship it out. So that's very, very unique. That's what the Rock'em Sock'em Robots is. Okay, fast forward to November. It's time to consider launching, but I needed to put my best foot forward with impressive lifestyle photography. Again, because I served on the American Advertising Federation board, I inquired who could assist with product photography. It's lifestyle photography. So the photography is supposed to be it's almost like when you sell your house, you take all the images down that are personal. This is you being able to think about this product in your home or your environment. And again, because I served on this board, I talked to one of our board members, and she said, "Sure, I can help you with that." And again, since I wanted to stay within a certain budget, I had unpaid models, such as yours truly. It was an interesting experience being on the other side of the camera when Jason from Digital Hive Minds was orchestrating the photo shoot. Since everything wasn't perfectly in place for the hard launch, I chose to test the waters in November to capture part of the holiday sales and work out any bugs before connecting with potential wholesale clients. So we've had sales, we've shipped, etc., and besides small glitches, live and learn, all has gone smoothly. There are a few more steps and a few more products that I'd like to carry before marketing to my 3 initial markets, so I'll be driving Lindsay even crazier. I'm very motivated regarding my next steps. I know that it's been less than 12 months since I started down this path, but I've learned volumes, and I'm sure I'll learn volumes more. I have an awesome marketing team, both paid and unpaid, and I truly appreciate my family, friends, and customers that provide feedback. One important piece I put into place is joining the Museum Store Association. Not every museum gift store in Chicago, for instance, is a member, but 2 of the 4 large entities who have gift shops are members, which I believe makes the membership a good investment. So I basically have names and emails of people that I want to connect with immediately. Based on my best-selling images, I have 3 target markets: Chicago, New York City, or New York, and New Orleans. Within those markets, I'd like to connect with owners, buyers, managers, decision makers in high-end gift shops, art-related stores, and coffee shops. And that's just a list of, the previous is a list of people like Addie, who I already made connections with, and Anderson Gardens will be carrying my products. Some of these will be the products that you see, and then some of them will be specific with their artwork of the gardens. And so those who have made a difference. This is just a short list of those people who have made the most impact while I was building this business. I know I've left some off the list, and some are here today. Thank you to everyone who took their time out of their busy schedules. I know it's a crazy week. A special thanks to Thinker Ventures team for facilitating 1 million cups each week for almost the entire year, which I know is no small task.